be able to afford that, but you don't really know. Just getting some bunch of crack zerglings with some cracklings with Defiler support would really help him out, because Light just not being allowed to produce, still only on 3 Raxes. Finally getting his science facility going, but not really being allowed to get any sort of economy going, not being allowed to get a the troop count he wants up, losing his CVs all the time, the saturation, natural expansion not nearly what he wants it to be. And Hero hasn't even flown to mate a single time yet, taking full advantage of the fact that natural expansion is fairly exposed, fairly open, and Mutalisk can really take advantage of that. You know, getting his economy up, has reinforcements of Mutalisk at all sides all the time. Still don't know where he's going to go with his Hive Tech. I assume it's going to be Defilers alongside the Link support. Haven't seen an Evo Chamber from him yet. Still going inside, heavy. Wonder if he's actually could transition to Big Air at this point, but Guardians are left fairly open during the middle of the ground. Still picking off so many of those Marines. Just absolute beautiful play, and just always flies back to the safety of his reinforcements. Still picking up more Marines. It is going to go for Big Air. Could leave him a little bit open, but if he continues taking advantage of that ridge and just keeps Light back, he's going to be in business. Running into the main, finally going to pick off those turrets. 2 turrets picked off, trying to pick up some Marines. 4th frags coming down, picking off the SCV, building that, just going around, getting a full scout, being annoying, taking some shots, but now going to go for the SCV. He's going to stop the gas mining, delay the gas mining for a little while. Going to be forced back by some Marines, but Light, just looking at the amount of force he has, he just does not have enough to fight anything back right now. There's going to be Zerglings on the ground and supporting those Guardians, and those Guardians are going to be able to do a hell of a lot of damage, coming and picking off even more turrets, picking off forces right here. Finally, a Science Vessel up, but it doesn't have an Irradiate yet. Light has to protect that while he waits for the Irradiate to come up. 1 turret almost goes down. They're probably going to burn down. But, man, Hero just playing absolutely beautiful, bringing the game he needs to bring here. We're just waiting on his Greater Spire at the moment. And Light just in a lot of trouble. He's very much known for his TVZ, but he's not really allowed to go in that game, a late game that he specializes. So once that's 2 Science Vessels up, but apparently don't have any Radiates ready to use on those Mutalisk clumps. Besides, I have this feeling, yeah, Hero going to go for those Guardians, has those Cocoons up, but I have this feeling that even he's kind of ready to, has those Zerglings outside waiting. I have this feeling he's ready to split up just in case, was ready for those Science Vessels, so he was ready to start putting forces up. Again, I'm going to go for the main, another Science Vessel coming out. I'm going to see if he goes to attack that Science Vessel. Light, meanwhile, moving up towards the natural expansion, actually going to go pick up an Overlord there. I think, yeah, probably spotted those Cocoons at this point. Knows that Guardians are on the way. Some Guardians are already near the middle. Medic Marines are actually going to go run up, try to do some damage, go take that 12 o'clock down. You know, he's going to leave his main extremely open. But Light at this point knows he has to do some sort of damage. Hero's economy has been allowed to live for too long. A Radiate goes off on those Mutalisk. 2 Radiates, in fact. Mutalisk, meanwhile, are still just going to stay up there in the air. Oh, man, doing a lot of damage. A lot of those Mutalisks die in the process, but all those Medic Marines and Forces Light just in a lot of trouble. Guardians are going to start attacking the turrets. They are getting hit in the process, but still going to do so much damage. Going to be able, right after, is going to be able to take out this entire SCV line. Zerglings coming in to help alongside SCVs trying to irradiate those Guardians. They get split up and still manage to do a lot of firepower. Commander at this point has been floated up, and Hero is in so much trouble. Everything getting killed for him. Still trying to just... I'm sorry, Light is so much trouble. Desperate trying to produce, only producing off 4 Axes and just nothing else in the air. You're going to see the look in his eyes. He's not very happy with what he sees. Forced to float his entire national expansion away, and now Zerglings are inside of his base. Not really producing much at all either. Just this entire game not being allowed to get his build going, to get his economy up, to get that Varax into expansion. It was just harassed beautifully by Hero this entire time. And even an Eraser tricked Science Vessel come there, tried to do some damage, but Scourge came in and took care of that. So Hero completely ready. 1 more Radiant, another Guardian, but this is just not going to help out. A lot of SCVs there for Light, but I just don't think he has enough overall to really help save him. Finally finish off all the Guardians for what I can see. Floats up a Starport, but more Guardians are on the way. Zerglings streaming in as well. Overlords coming in to help act as spotters. More Guardians coming in. Light just cannot produce the amount of force he needs to really take this on. 2 more Raxes. There are 6 Raxes at this point, but even more Zerglings coming in. They're just going to be able to finish off all these Marines, no matter how much. Okay, finally they get killed there, but due to some beautiful medic blocks there by Light at this point, trying to take advantage of his building placement, which allows his forces to run between fairly nicely. Irradiates, more Guardians, but overall not having the Guardians, as soon as they get raided, just start floating over the Marines and killing them alongside, trying to again pick up his natural expansion, but the Hero keeping up the pressure And I like how he's keeping it up. He's actually not going for another base. He's on those 3 bases, staying on those. He knows he can keep the pressure up, and he knows that as long as he does so, doesn't allow Light any sort of moment to possibly get himself back into the game, to get himself going again, he's going to be in a pretty good position. Still not mining really a lot at that 12 o'clock or his natural expansion because he's constantly producing troops. But Light I would say Light would have a chance to get back into this game normally if he hadn't taken as much damage as he had, but it still loses all of his Marines, only has a few there with no medics to support. Science Cells have absolutely no radius to throw on those Mutalisks, and Zerglings coming in yet again, picking everything off. Science Cells just waiting on the radius that are not coming. At this point, the only thing standing there are medics that can't do anything. Another radiate going to go off, but nothing going. Eraser Tricks going off to try to... I think it was a Eraser Trick. No, never mind. That's not a Eraser Trick, but just Science Cells at this point, really the only thing that's fighting those Mutalisks back. And Light at this point, that's all I'm saying right now. At this point, Light really in dire straits, horrible position. Even more forces streaming in, yet again irradiating those Mutalisks, but they get split up eventually and get taken out. But Light still fighting back, and beautifully, I might say, reestablishing a natural expansion. Holy crap. I don't know if he has the forces to hold this. He has a lot of medics alongside those Marines. A lot of those Mutalisks in the air. Zerglings streaming in yet again, but those Marines barely managed to stay alive. Sciences are floating up alongside another production hatchery now coming up for a hero. Light now reestablishing his natural expansion. Oh, God. He's going to want to hold this like crazy. He's been picking off a lot of overlords alongside. His main is not really mining much at all, so he needs that natural expansion mining. We're going on picking off those overlords. A hero moved a lot of his overlords very carelessly, very close by, so lost a lot on them. Hero going to continue this Guardian production, but Medic Marines and Sides are going to come in very close, get irradiates off, going to force a lot of those cocoons to cancel. Actually moving out to engage some Guardians before they even morph, just as they start to morph in, coming up on that ramp. Hero being pushed back a little bit here. Light, meanwhile, has established natural expansion, irradiating those cocoons. Some more Mutals coming in, but no ground forces at all to support, no Defiler support. Where are GG coming in from Hero? Oh my God, talk about tenacity. Holy crap, talk about tenacity from a Terran player. Hero must be, oh my God, Hero must be wondering what went wrong. He was so far ahead. He had taken out the natural expansion. Instead of focusing on a slightly stronger economy, focusing on getting the forces up, he needed a single Defiler there. Would have probably won him the game. Oh, man. Light just not giving up, not GGing, not until his entire base is scorched earth, and somehow managed to fight back wave after wave after wave after wave of Zerg. Just kind of goes to show Hero throwing forces in piecemeal at the end there, and really should have just grouped more up and just gone for a huge attack with Defiler support. A Dark Swarm would have completely ended it. There were a few fire bets would not have helped at all against the aerial forces. I mean, really, just get a Dark Swarm in there. Yeah, Dark Swarm doesn't work for Mutalisks, but yeah, just get a Dark Swarm in there. Bunch of Zerglings alongside air support. There were no tanks. Those Science Vessels alongside constantly built Marines that were just, oh man, beautiful to see that absolutely stubbornness, and also a little bit stubborn for Hero for sticking to nothing but those Guardians and just a few Lings to help support, and a few Mutalisks as well at that point, just not really adapting as he needed. Just after he took that natural expansion, really needed to change things up a little bit. He kept up the pressure, but he should have kept up maybe a little bit less pressure and gone for some economy, going for some more tech alongside. He wasn't mining much at that 12. He wasn't, just really should have gotten some stronger economy going alongside. He had a lot of gas, but not much else from what I could see. So Light, just with pure tenacity and being, yeah, absolutely, I don't mean in this insulting manner, boneheaded, gets himself back into the game, just being as stubborn as hell. So, damn. Look forward to see how these guys continue later on. GG guys, wrenching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.